This is the 1840 Old Town Aqueduct on Ohio's Hocking Canal. I'm Darren, and this is the Industrial Revolution.
Approaching from the road, if this weren't located in Logan, Ohio's Aqueduct Park, you probably wouldn't suspect anything's here at all. It looks like Old Town Creek just goes under some brush. But if you look closely, that brush actually covers a well-hidden stone tunnel. There's got to be more here. As we walk around to the top, now we see something, well, kind of weird, really. This isn't actually an aqueduct at all. Yes, it carried the Hocking Canal over the top of Old Town Creek, but this is just way too wide. 19th century canal aqueducts around here were built the same width as the locks, so 15 feet or about 4.5 meters, plus a bit more for the towpath. Look how wide this was built. What's going on? Let's take a look at the downstream side and see if we can figure it out, and maybe get a better look at the structure. Now this side looks a lot better. No brush, no trees. Check out that impressive stonework. The large sandstone arch, made of local sandstone, spans the creek and still looks to be actually in really good shape for its age. To give you an idea of scale, if you look above the top arch stones, that actually held 4 feet or a little over a meter of water behind that top wall. So this is a really good sized structure. And check out the ripples on the floor. Those look a bit odd, don't you think? We need to try to get inside. That mud on the stairs is from recent flooding, and it's slick. I need to be really careful here. The water's cold, and my camera's not waterproof. I made it inside. Didn't even end up swimming. This place is huge. So you see that tree over there pushing the stones out of place? Well, if we look up here, it looks like that's not the first tree to cause damage. Here on the downriver side, they've cleared the trees and brush. You see some damage has already occurred, even breaking some of these huge stone blocks in half. I'm not really too worried about it. The arch structure is inherently solid. It would be nice, though, if they'd come in here and straighten this out a bit. I don't think this is going anywhere today, though, so it should be safe. There's a few other pieces of stone that have fallen here, too, but I don't see anything missing that big from the ceiling. I think those large blocks are actually from the upstream entrance. They either got pushed down here by people or just from the force of the water, especially during floods, which actually aren't all that rare around here. There's certainly nothing that big missing from the inside. And check out the floor. That might be the most interesting thing here. Back when this was built, around 1840, they laid down these heavy oak timbers. Then they built the entire stone aqueduct on top of it. The weight of all that stone is resting on these wood timbers, which has been exposed to running water now for nearly 2 centuries. And they're still as solid as the day they were laid here. Wood is actually amazingly tough as long as you keep it completely dry or you keep it completely saturated. It's only when it goes from wet to dry to wet over and over again, that's when it breaks down fast. This wood could easily last as long as the stone arch overhead, as long as it stays wet. But back to the odd size. The Hocking Canal here, you can check out my link in the description for more on the canal in general, was designed to be 40 feet wide, or a little over 12 meters wide at the top. Then you have to add in another 4 or 5 feet or 1.5 meters for the towpath. This tunnel, though, is nearly double that, at around 85 feet or 26 meters. So what's going on? Well, the first clue is that the canal builders didn't actually consider this to be an aqueduct at all, but rather a culvert, if admittedly a really big one. So both aqueducts and culverts carry the canal over the top of things, with aqueducts usually carrying the canal over larger obstacles like bigger rivers and valleys, and culverts usually handling small streams. But there's one other significant difference between them. Culverts carry the full width of the canal and towpath, not just a single lane, so they don't create traffic jams. And yes, traffic jams did exist on the canals and were actually fairly common around locks and aqueducts. But this is still way bigger than what's needed even for that. What I think happened, although I couldn't find a detailed enough map to verify it, is that the canal crossed over the creek here at an angle. Builders back then, and now, prefer to build bridges over rivers at right angles to the flow of the water, regardless of what's going over the top of the structure. To do that, when the canal or road is crossing at some angle to the river, or if it's curving as it crosses over the top, they sometimes just build the bridge extra wide. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened here. If the canal was crossing Old Town Creek here at, say, a 30 or 35 degree angle, that would actually force the culvert to be built this wide in order to fit the entire canal across the top of it. Now, without a map, I can't verify that's why this was built that large, but I also can't think of any other reason that they would have done it.
So at almost 200 years old, this aqueduct certainly showing its age a bit. The span has spread just a little bit, and you can't really see that in the arch itself, but in the stones above it, you can see a little bit of spread as the sides appear to have moved out just a little bit. But when you consider this is almost 200 years old, it's sitting on oak beams that have been submerged for that time as well, it's not doing so bad. That's why aqueducts like this is the Industrial Revolution.
Hey, wait just a second before you go. I need your help to keep the channel growing here. First thing you can do is really easy. Just like, subscribe, share this video. Tell all your friends about it. That spreads the word. YouTube will see that and we'll show this to more people. Commenting more than just 2 or 3 words. YouTube says that's the most important thing you can get. It's the best kind of user interaction there is. So you can comment more than just 2 or 3 words. Also, if you're able to and are interested in helping out financially, these are pretty expensive videos to film, a lot of travel costs on top of the hours of work I do here. You can help out at patreon.com/industrialrevolution or become a member here on YouTube or a single contribution through Super Thanks. Also have an affiliate store. If you click that, anything you buy there, a percentage of that purchase will come to help fund the channel. Thanks for your help, and I look forward to seeing you next week.